So I've made a recent series of videos recently that have talked about most of the different paths in Texas of probate. In Texas, there's 8 forms of probate, or around 8, something like that. I lost count after I tried, but nonetheless, I'm talking about the worst ones now. I've been talking about the middle ones, I've been talking about some of the easier ones, but this is the worst one, and I call this one the heirship. Proceeding to determine heirship more specifically. So I had a client who just recently went through this, and let me share what she had to go through, because it was quite a horrendous experience for her. If you have any questions on this, you can find me on my website, www.legionlawpllc.com. So with that, I want to talk about the application to determine heirship and letters of administration. All of that is to say, hey, we don't have a will and we don't know what to do. So that is the worst case scenario, because heirship is where we have to declare not only what should happen to those assets after someone's passed away, but who gets it. We don't even know who gets it, because we can't trust you, the applicant, to accurately portray your family tree to the rest of the world. So nothing is stopping me after, let's say my mother passes away. My father's already passed away. Let's say my mother just passed away. She does not have a will. Nothing is stopping me, Derek, from showing up and saying, hey, I'm the only child, and under Texas law, I receive everything, right? And at the end of the day, that's not true, because I have many siblings. And it's entirely possible that I could show up in court and trick the court into giving me everything and excluding all of my siblings, because nobody knows what the family tree is. There's no will to validate what my mother wanted in this circumstance. So the court has to activate the worst form of probate and make a really painful process happen. And that's to determine heirship. So we have to determine the family tree. And they do this by hiring an extra attorney. In other words, you're the applicant and you have your attorney, and then the government hires an attorney that comes in and interviews people and talks to your friends and families and neighbors, and they try to figure out, what was your mother's family tree like? Was she married? Did she get divorced? Who died when? How many children are there? It's all over the place. It's not fun whatsoever. But whenever they figure out what the family tree looks like, then they'll go back to the judge and say, hey, here's the family tree. Now we got to figure out who in the family tree is entitled to start signing on behalf of Derek's mother to transfer Derek's mother's assets to the family tree. So that's where we have determine of heirship, determine the family tree, and then the letters of administration. That's where we get these magic pieces of paper that grant me the authority to go out and go to a bank, my mother's bank, and say, hey, Mama Derek passed away, and now I'm the one in charge, and I have the authority to transfer it from Mama Derek to Derek's siblings, right? So that's how the process works, but it is very painful. You have to file an application. You have the interviews with the attorney ad litem, the court's attorney. You have a hearing, and then afterwards you have to go file with a newspaper, go file with secured creditors. You have to tell every single beneficiary that they're receiving something. You have to get their signatures as well. And last but not least, you have to declare an inventory to say, hey, this is what was out there, and this is what we did with everything. So it is a lot. It is a lot of work, and it costs quite a bit of money. The best case scenario, the small estate affidavit and other types of probates out there, they could be $1,000, maybe $2,000. This type of probate, in the best case scenario, is going to be $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000. I mean, it can very easily escalate in cost and expense. So it's not fun. It's not fun. Probate sucks. I don't know what to tell you. Don't go through it. Try your very best to avoid it. So if you have any questions on that, how to go through that process or avoid that process in the first place, email me directly, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawpllc.com, or find me on my website, www.legionlawpllc.com. Go to the Contact Us page and schedule a free consultation over the phone to talk with me directly. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.